Hello and welcome to Hot Dog and a Handshake Pro Wrestling Classic Review Series. I am Shane Price, joined by Jayden Ginswider here for the first wheel spin episode where we're doing Pro Wrestling Noah's Navigate for Evolution 2003 again.
Take two.
Live from the Tokyo Nippon Budokan 16700 in attendance.
On March 1st, 2003.
Let's get into a little bit of a background, I guess, on Noah. You know, you've done that review before.
Yeah, we didn't know Destiny before.
Yeah, if you haven't seen that, then we go into a little bit of depth on what Noah is. But, you know, it's Mitsuharu Misawa, Kenta Kobashi, Taue.
The way that AEW was formed by a bunch of people leaving New Japan / Ring of Honor, Noah was formed by a bunch of people leaving All Japan, right? So
most of the roster leaving All Japan.
Yeah. So it's sort of like that. And it was formed in 2000?
Yeah, 2000.
Yeah.
So this is like, there's just 3 years into it.
Mm-hmm.
Kobashi's finally healthy.
Mm-hmm.
But he's at the end, at the beginning. The beginning is Russia Kimura, Mitsuo Momoda versus Haruka Aigen and Kishin Kawabata. Now,
these dudes are old as hell.
When we first reviewed this, we had some thoughts on Haruka Aigen, and I think we've said every single time he's the spit guy.
Yeah.
Oh yes, these dudes are old.
Yeah. My only other note on this is this guy is too old to be swinging a dude like that. I don't know any of these guys, so I couldn't tell you who was swinging who. But
Haruka Aigen's in the pink. Russia Kimura has the apron. Mitsuo Momoda used the Rocky theme.
Okay, I thought that was the Rocky theme, but I was like, I can't quite
theme,
tell.
Yeah, you know.
Yeah.
The guy in the pink, the Haruka Aigen gets chopped so hard that he hawks a loogie into the third row in the crowd.
Yes. Yeah.
Imagine being there in that row. God, that's probably
crazy.
Where we would be.
God, I just want to get to the Budokan someday. I mean, that's yeah.
And you know how cheap tickets are in Japan. That could be us getting spit on by Haruka Aigen in the third row.
We could only hope. I gave this match 1 star.
Momoda and Kimura win. The time I gave it was 2.5. Looking back at it, I'm giving it 1.5.
It just wasn't a good match.
I gave it old dudes out of 5.
Yeah, it was the old dude opener, and it was just kind of the worst version that you'll see of that.
Yeah, thank God that Yuji Nagata contractually obligated 6-man openers much better than this.
Was he in Noah?
No, not this time.
Oh, okay. Well, at any point was he?
Yeah, he
wasn't. Okay. Because later on, there's like a commercial for like a streaming service, I think, with Noah stuff on it,
and TV channel
or a TV channel with Noah stuff on it. In one of the clips, you see Nagata, and I was like, hey, look, there's a guy now. Blue Justice.
The next match is a very funny match. Kotaro Suzuki, Takuma Sano, and Tsuyoshi Kikuchi. I swear we've seen these guys in Noah Destiny, but maybe one of them.
I mean, Noah Destiny's only 2 years after this, so there's I'm sure some crossover.
There's a lot of crossover there. Versus the funniest team ever, Michael Modest, who is very bald.
I wrote here he looks like the default creative wrestler. Like
no,
before you start
he was in Beyond the Mat, right?
He was in Beyond. I still haven't seen Beyond the Mat.
He was in Beyond the Mat.
It's on my watch list. That's all I'm going to do.
Donovan Morgan and
the fourth pillar.
The fourth pillar, Akira Taue, is in the second match.
No offense to Taue. He's still incredible.
Well, being the fourth pillar is still being like the fourth best guy in the company.
Yeah, exactly. He made the final 4. You know what I mean?
No, but he's just the fourth guy. He's just the guy who got pulled on the final 4.
He's just like the 7th seed that ended up there.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Taue's got that giant Baba build going in this match.
I like the offense that Taue, Morgan, and Modest put together.
It was. I mean,
they had some fun team chemistry.
They did, especially for a team that wasn't regularly teaming. Taue, Modest, and Morgan win this match. Solid wrestling from everybody involved.
I loved the ref in this match. Just would not take any shit from the heels.
He wouldn't count the pin until Donovan Morgan left the ring.
Yeah,
that was awesome.
he was taking no shit from anyone. That was great.
I give it 3 at the time. I give it 2.5 now.
I give it 3.
Okay,
I think I looked at it and I didn't feel too terribly differently to change my thoughts from last time.
Yeah, it's fair. I thought it was just a little bit worse than I remember it being, but it's okay. Then a match that my star did not change out at all.
Oh, dude, this match was awesome.
Kenta, Naomichi Marufuji, Makoto Hachi, and Yoshinobu Kanemaru is
I
such
was
a good match.
Maybe more excited to rewatch this match than the main event.
That's fair.
I really like this match. Also, just because the main event's such a not a chore, I want to say, but it's kind of long. It's a taxing match to watch.
It's a little long, yeah.
But this match was awesome. It's fast paced.
I said 0 to 60 like an electric car.
Yeah, obviously I was expecting it this time, but when we first watched it, I was not expecting this out of Kanemaru at all.
Yeah.
Like, this was just way better than the Yoshinobu Kanemaru that I've known in like modern New Japan the last 5 years or so, 5-6 years.
Yeah, for sure.
So that's really cool to see him. And then, of course, Kenta's one of my favorites of all time.
I mean, this Kenta is unstoppable.
I've learned recently that Naomichi Marufuji is a baller.
he's becoming quickly a podcast favorite.
Yeah, he's really awesome. So I give us 4 1/4. This is a great match.
I loved this. I loved it the same amount as I did the first time I saw this. I give it 4.5 one more time. This is such a good match. Honestly, this match is the only reason you should be seeking out the full show, because it's not anywhere online by itself.
Yeah. But there is another reason you should seek out this full show.
Yes.
Because the version we found has ads on it.
Yes, which is exactly just my favorite one that I remember in this one is the soccer one, the car insurance one, just because that exact car insurance company has this really cool building in Schaumburg, Illinois.
Huh. So the first time we watched this, my note on these ads was, is that fucking Jalen Hurts?
I swear to God that NFL commercial was in there for me.
For you. Okay,
Yes.
So this time I watched it, and my downloaded version doesn't have the Jalen Hurts commercial. It has different commercials than the last time. Like that one I was talking about, Yuji Nagata, I didn't get that commercial last time we watched this. I don't know why. It's
Are we gonna have, is Jalen Hurts this goddamn placebo like Mandela
Is he a
effect?
specter of some sort? Is he?
Now that he's in Super Bowl, he's too busy to be in our review.
Yeah, exactly. So, God, I don't know, but it was really funny because the whole idea of the Hot Dog and a Handshake Athlete Club that we've started
Was born from this
was
episode.
born from Jalen Hurts being in a commercial on this, and then like a week or two later was when we did that AAA review where Rafael Palmeiro was in a commercial. So, but yeah, it's crazy he wasn't there this time. I was like looking for that.
I know.
Honestly, the third most thing I was looking forward to was Jalen Hurts commercial.
Jalen Hurts commercial. You know what's funny is the spill the beans. We're planning a trip to Japan for 2026, 27.
Mm-hmm.
If we see an NFL Plus commercial, like,
yeah, exactly.
so that'll be it. Or see like Rafael Palmeiro too.
Yeah. But then we get to the next match.
Daisuke Akita, Wild 2, Morishima, and Rikio, who are both future championships in them.
Morishima in Ring of Honor.
Morishima in Ring of Honor. Rikio is the future GHC heavyweight champion. Morishima should have been if he wasn't. Bison Smith, Izu, and Superstar Steve.
Superstar Steve, by the way, incredible wrestling name.
It's like it's if you put Michael Modest look in Superstar Steve's name, I would tell you that's in a fucking wrestling game.
That is Superstar Steve sounds like the name that like the community would give to like the guy that does the moves when you're building a moveset in the 2K games. You know what I mean? People would just start referring to him as like Superstar Steve. Like there's the green guy and the red guy. Now there's like they're kind of both the same, but there's like the black
Superstar
guy
Steve
and the
in red trunks, Superstar Mike in the red.
So yeah, Superstar Steve and like Evil Mike or something. But I think Daisuke Ikeda, I think he's the one who enters the Fight for Your Right by the Beastie Boys.
I think so.
One of them enters the Fight for Your Right by the Beastie Boys. One of the Japanese guys does.
Yeah.
Morishima, not quite the best version of himself.
No,
he's still pretty dope.
He's still got the hair to grow out and to get a little bit fatter.
Yeah. But ultimately, I think this was a pretty good match.
This is okay.
I gave it 3 stars.
I gave it 2.5 originally. I'm gonna give it bump up to 2 3/4.
Mm-hmm.
It was a good match. I thought it was okay. I would like to see more Shima and Bison Smith, like a singles match, preferably there. But I don't think that happens.
Maybe. I have no idea.
In our next match, which starts out with the greatest entrance of all time, the American flag and the heels of Donovan Morgan and Michael Modest,
Mm-hmm.
and then colorful 2 Cold Scorpio comes out. And when we first did this, when we first did
I forgot about this.
when we first did this review, it was like a few days after 2 Cold Scorpio got arrested in a Kansas City Loves.
Yeah. That was really fun. Oh, Takeshi Morishima, Bison Smith, one-on-one match, Noah Encountering Navigation, 2002, March 24th.
Before this?
A 7-minute match in Kyoto, Japan.
Okay.
Yeah. Superstar Steve also on that card, by the way, interestingly enough.
Scorpio.
Okay, wait a second. March 24th, 2002. The main event of this show is Mitsuharu Misawa,
Sounds about right.
Naomichi Marufuji,
Okay.
Takuma Sano, I don't know who that is. Do you know who that
I
is?
didn't know what it is, yeah.
Yoshinari Ogawa.
Right.
Okay. Versus Donovan Morgan, Michael Modest, Scorpio, and Vader.
Are you serious? I know Vader was in like the second Noah show ever,
Yeah.
but in 2002?
Yes, this show
My
has
God.
1 cage match rating of 6.
Because these shows are so hard to track down.
They are hard to find. But if
This-
you can find Encountering Navigation 2002, day 7,
I'll throw it on the.
we'll throw it on the list.
Before we get to the next match, this show in particular took me 3 years to find.
Yes. Yes, it did. All right, what were we talking about?
So
Two Cold
versus
Scorpio and Ogawa.
Scorpio's very funny because he's on the heel team technically, but he's still just 2 Cold Scorpio.
Yeah. He's just scorping it up.
I like this match. I gave it 3 stars. I also liked how Ogawa mooned the heels at the end of it.
That was funny. Let's see. Let me get back to my notes here. Sorry, I'm just looking at 2002 Noah.
As we all do.
I gave this 3.5. It was a pretty good match.
Shout out to Steve Carino, by the way.
Yeah, Steve Carino shows up.
He's in 0-1 this upcoming time.
Scorpio and Ogawa, what I liked, there's a segment where Scorpio, I wrote he's scorping up because he did like a hulking up thing. And then he does a Phoenix splash leg drop thing that is just ridiculous.
It's like a tumbleweed, but crazy.
Hard to follow how he's even doing it.
Yeah, that's fair.
So that was pretty good too. But yeah, great, pretty good match.
And then Masawa Inoue against Yoshihiro Takayama. And Takayama looks huge.
Takayama's huge.
Huge.
Yeah. Not as big as he looked on that WXW show.
No, he looks bigger there.
Which we did that show because the first time we recorded this, we found that card.
Now I gotta find that Noah show because
Yeah. But yeah, that's interesting. But yeah, Takayama in an OA, 3 stars.
I'd
That was pretty
say
good.
that. I gave it 2 3/4 last time. I'll give it 3 this time. You know,
Yeah. And if it feels like we're kind of rushing through some of these early stuff, it's because we're going to spend a lot of time on the main event.
yes.
So
Yes.
just know that's where we're leading here.
And the last match before the main event, the co-main in MMA world. Speaking of MMA, Takayama and Don Fry. Like, I know Japanese MMA kind of toes the line, so I don't know if it would count for a classic review or not.
Mm-hmm.
But Takayama and Don Fry, if you haven't seen that fight, watch it.
Okay.
It's awesome.
Okay.
Back to this, though. Akitoshi Saito and Jun Akiyama take on future GHC world champion Takahashi Sugiura
Mm-hmm.
and Tamon Honda.
Yeah.
There's a crazy spike pile driver in this match.
Akiyama looked awesome.
Yes, for
By
sure.
the way, he looked really good shape.
There's a crazier German suplex in this match, though, other than the spike pile driver.
Yeah.
I know last time I asked you for the scale, I'm not going to say. I don't know if you remember it or not.
I don't remember. Yeah.
All right, yeah. This match ends via ref's decision.
Yeah, it felt really sudden. Kind of a weird.
It did kind of feel sudden.
grinding
but
halt
that
in
also
ending.
gave the main event more time, which is
Yeah.
I'm thankful for. I gave this 3.
Yeah, I gave it 3 as well.
Then
And then this is when you see Steve Carino.
this is what you see, yeah. So they show Steve Carino for the main event. Maybe Steve Carino is gonna face Kenta Kobashi for the title.
Mm-hmm.
Oops, spoilers for a 22-year-old show. God, this show's 22 years old.
Yeah, coming up, it'll be
That's
20 years
scary.
old.
That's terrifying.
I mean, it's older than I am. So
Ugh. Wow. I was 1.5 at the time of this show.
yeah, I wouldn't be born until July. So
Then we get well, I believe if you want to look on Cage Match for me, might still be the best match of all time per cage match. Oh, I'm on Cage Match too. I guess I'll also
top
look.
list, top 100 with at least 100 votes. It is number 2 behind Okada and Omega from from Wrestle Kingdom 2017.
Yeah, but the separation is point
0.01, yeah.
So
So
that should tell you about what we're dealing with here.
Yeah, so it's one of those. Yeah.
My favorite part of Noah is that the top guys are just so over.
Yeah, they love their top guys.
Misawa and Kobashi are so over here.
Yeah.
I swear the entire arena's chanting both of them.
Mm-hmm. Yep.
There's a lot in this match. I didn't give it.
Give the background on Misawa and Kobashi and their
So,
careers.
They're the 4 pillars. You know, we talk about that a lot, obviously. But
The 4 pillars being them.
them,
We
Kawada,
talked about Taue
didn't
earlier,
jump in Taue, yeah.
and then Toshiaki Kawada, who wasn't on the show because did he never jump in? No, he eventually goes
He
to
does know eventually, but at this time he's still in All Japan.
Okay.
But yeah, this is the Kobashi and Misawa. I guess were the top 2. They were teaming together in Noah. They have maybe the best tag team match of all time. Against Kawada and Taue. They are the top 2
Are you
guys
talking
in
about
Noah
the All
history.
Japan one from '95?
Yeah.
That's the 6th highest rated match on Cage Match and the highest tag team match.
So according to Cage Match, it's the top tag team match of all time. It's in the medley.
What do you think the second is? The second tag team match?
Young Bucks versus Lucha Brothers.
Young Bucks versus Hangman and Kenny.
Oh, okay. From all AEW or
From AEW, the First Revolution, I believe.
okay.
Yeah.
That kind of makes sense to me.
Mm-hmm.
But let's get. I guess I'll do all my notes for this one instead of.
Yep. I mean, you just go. I don't have a lot of notes, so.
So Misawa starts with a cannonball at the outside of in the first 5 minutes of the match, which is kind of crazy.
Mm-hmm.
Misawa works more like a rest hold style to start because got like 27 minutes left of the match.
Mm-hmm.
Also, kind of makes sense seeing as his head will be going straight towards the ground at the end.
Mm-hmm.
I like Misawa's baseball slides.
Mm-hmm.
He has a nice baseball slide.
I also like the neck flip over the rope thing he does.
Yeah.
That's pretty cool too.
There's a baseball slide followed by a clothesline, and then Misawa and Mikashi moves, and Misawa goes right into the barricade. I like that. Kobashi starts chopping him, which we've watched one Kobashi match other than this one, and
He likes some chops.
he does a lot of chops in that match.
Mm-hmm.
A sleeper hold to a pin is actually I never seen before this match when I first watched it for the first time, and I haven't seen it since.
Mm-hmm.
I really like that spot. It's really unique. It's something that you don't really see anywhere else. There is a DDT from Kobashi to Misawa on the entranceway that looks absolutely nasty to both of them.
Mm-hmm.
Misawa hulks up, he takes a suplex, kicks out 2, counters a suplex, elbows, hit the German, hits another German. Kenta hulks up, rolls out of a suplex. Misawa gets the double handles for the Tiger Driver kicked in. Kobashi doesn't move. And Misawa hits a spinning leg drop type thing. I thought was pretty cool.
Mm-hmm.
Tiger Driver kicks out 2. I'm missing this. I didn't write it down. I was so amazed. There's a spot in this match where they're on the entranceway, and Misawa does a tiger suplex to Kobashi, and they fly off of the entranceway.
That was awesome.
That rules.
Good visual.
That has to hurt like hell with that rules.
Mm-hmm.
Kenta gets out of an Emoflosion, a mean suplex. Misawa rolls right through, walks into a sleeper to do a suplex, and then the Burning Hammer.
Oh, dude.
1, 2, 3.
Such a beautiful move.
Only did it like 6 times. You've seen the last 2.
Mm-hmm. Because what was his regular finish?
It was either a lariat or it was a powerbomb.
Okay. And so he would just pull out the Burning Hammer
when he needed to. Mostly against Misawa, believe it or not.
I 100% believe that. Yeah. Just an incredible match. Can't give it anything less than 5 stars.
I mean,
like
it is a literally. There's a reason why it's number 2 in Cage Match.
Mm-hmm.
It is one of the best matches of all time.
Feels like a war. Feels like 2 guys who know each other so well.
It's not to give Kenny Omega and Kazuchika Okada, not to give them expectations they'll never reach.
Mm-hmm.
But seeing as how well they know each other, I want something like this at all in.
Yeah. I don't know if Okada can go this long anymore.
That's fair.
I think he might just be a little bit fried.
That's fair.
I mean, honestly, how long can Kenny go anymore, too? They're getting older. They've had their share of injuries. Kenny almost died, so...
Misawa does die.
But, I mean, eventually everybody dies.
Well, yeah, Misawa dies in the ring, though.
Yeah, yeah. But yeah, this is just a great match. It lives up to the hype, I think, is the most important thing. It's one of those... I know sometimes
it's incredible to say it. It is up to the hype.
Mm-hmm. I guess we can get to the categories.
Yeah. So did we did categories for this first, right?
Yeah, I have categories down here. I don't know if we wouldn't have added anything since, had we?
The Criterion Collection started here. Athletes Club started here.
Okay. Let's just start with best moment.
Best
and it's
moment,
the Burning Hammer.
It's the Burning
Absolutely.
Hammer,
Like
for sure. If not the Burning Hammer, the Tiger Suplex off the entranceway.
Mm-hmm.
MVP. Kobashi gets the win, so
I mean, let's just give it to Misawa and Kobashi.
Yeah, that's fair.
You know what I mean?
Both of them deserve it.
It's hard to decide.
Wrestling is it's a 2-man, takes 2 guys to tango. You know?
Yeah, I agree with that. Is there a heat check on this show?
Karina.
Yeah.
Just because
Taue maybe.
Taue, yeah. Just Scorpio a little bit. Just because the matches on Japanese big shows are so long,
and there's not like segments in between usually.
Yeah.
There were backstage promos with Kobashi and Misawa earlier in the night.
But my knowledge of Japanese right now, it ends at like please.
Yeah. So obviously we don't know much about that, but
if Kobashi wants some rice, I know what he wants.
Mm-hmm. So do we want to just skip heat check? I don't know if there's anybody to really give it to. Apex Mountain. Is this the Apex Mountain for Misawa?
In terms of in-ring quality, yes, because they both peak here. I mean, obviously, duh.
So this is the Apex Mountain for Kobashi as well.
I would say in terms of like this is their best match.
Yeah, it's certainly the Apex Mountain for their rivalry.
Yes, for sure.
I know we're only 3 years into Noah's existence. Is this the Apex Mountain of Pro Wrestling Noah?
03 to 05, definitely. Which is funny because that's really just Kobashi's title reign.
Yeah.
So I think that Kobashi's title reign is probably the best parts of Noah. Yeah.
Okay.
Because it starts here,
and
it ends a little bit before Dynasty.
Yeah. Surprise of the show. Got to be Kanemaru. I mean, we were expecting it this time, but it has to be Kanemaru.
At first, Kanemaru for sure, definitely.
Recasting.
Last time we did the main event.
Yeah, I mean, we can just do it again because like last time did technically happen. You know what I mean?
That's a good point. Yeah.
For me,
last time we did this, we did it as Okada Kenny.
Okada Kenny is an option. It's also kind of Mox Rollins.
A world where Cena and Orton could like go hard.
It feels like it feels like the modern equivalent of this would be 2 of the 3 Shield guys.
Yeah.
And I think Mox and Seth, as great as Roman is, are the 2 they're the hoopers. You know what I
Yeah.
mean? They're
Yeah.
they're the better guys in ring. So I think this would be like mock Seth.
I think we may have almost done mock Seth for Misawa Kawada too.
Yeah, maybe. I don't remember, but
'Cause
yeah,
it fits that too.
the Shield guys are kind of the Misawa
The Shield is
Kawada Kobashi
kind of the American Four Pillars in a way,
yeah.
where a lot of the top wrestling in the U.S. revolves around the Four Pillars, around the Shield.
Mhm.
In the 90s and 2000s, a lot of the top wrestling in Japan, well, it revolved around the Four Pillars.
Yeah, I think, pretty much everything in modern American wrestling comes back to the Shield or Hangman Adam Page.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So, best double feature, the Kobashi Samoa Joe match from Ring of Honor, I think would be a great double feature with this. Do you have any other double features? I mean, we mentioned that tag team match with Tawa
for sure.
and Kawada.
I want to do if you are a sicko and have Honor Club, go watch that Kobashi Joe match.
The version with the Riccaboni.
Yeah.
Caprice Coleman.
Go watch that.
I still haven't gotten around to that because when it happened, I didn't have Honor Club, and whenever I get it to watch a Ring of Honor show, I keep forgetting to also go watch that.
Yeah,
but
it's kind of
something you got to remember. And then, of course, Misawa Kobashi was the original thing in our Criterion collection.
Yes.
So
of course, it stays in there.
Yes. Classic Hot Dog, Classic Handshake.
The main event, right?
But
we
picked the show for the main event.
That's right. So it would be Kenta.
It's Kenta and Marufuji
yeah.
versus Kanemaru and Hashi. Yeah, definitely. And then if you're gonna give this show a rating out of 10,
do you still have the original ratings we gave it?
Or no, I think I deleted that. So I guess you have to re-rate it. As an overall show,
it has a low.
It has
a
down
low
points.
Let's be honest, it has a low.
But at least the low is the very beginning.
Yeah, it ramps.
You know what I mean?
The best match in the world can't. That show can't be just all bangers.
Yeah, I'm gonna go 7.5 out of 10.
I'm gonna go with an 8.5 now.
8.5. All right, so an 8 average. That's our best of the year so far. But a little housekeeping. Any other thoughts on Noah Navigate for Evolution?
It's on archive.org.
Yep.
You get to
That's where
download.
we found
You have
it.
to download it to watch it, but you should do that.
It's a decently quick download. Even with my bad internet, I think it only took like 45 minutes to download it. So even with my terrible, terrible internet, it took 45 minutes to download.
It took me like 5 minutes.
Yeah. My internet's really good for like where I'm staying. It's really good for streaming stuff.
Right.
In everything, it's just bad download upload. Like everything else works perfectly fine. It's just bad download upload.
How long did Suya take to install?
I actually took my Xbox over to my mom's to download it because I knew it'd be much faster. And that, with all the add-ons and everything, took a couple hours, I think.
Okay, that's not bad.
Yeah. But little housekeeping last week. It was our first one back from our break. We forgot to do Classic Hot Dog Classic Handshake in the rating for Rumble 05.
No, so first of all, this Noah show is still the best of the year.
Still the best of the year, definitely.
I'll give the Rumble.
What's your classic first? I guess you can't give it to the final segment of that show because that's what we picked it for.
I want to get. I'm being crazy here. My favorite part of that show outside of that was the Paul London elimination.
The Paul London elimination.
Because he flips.
Who eliminated again? Was it
Snitsky?
Snitsky? I couldn't remember if it was Snitsky or Heidenreich.
It's that big boot, and Paul London flips and hits his
I gave it to Shawn Michaels and Edge.
Totally fair.
That was a great match too.
Totally fair too.
And what is your out of 10?
I want to go 6.5.
I went 5.5.
Okay.
So I guess back-to-back shows where you're 1 point higher than me. So yeah, that makes that 6. So we've done 3 technically in 2025 so far. So 8 for Noah, 7.5 for Wrestle Kingdom 9, and 6 for Rumble 05. Our next show, do you want to?
I shall say it is. It is WWF St. Valentine's Day Massacre
from 1999.
He's the only one.
Yes, the only one, but it is from 1999. If you wanted
Paul White,
any context on that,
Stone Cold Vince McMahon.
I think Mankind's involved somewhere. I know the poster is Vince McMahon holding flowers.
Right, and it's got the theme song that was used later for Luke Gallows.
Is that does it really?
Yeah, so they
Dude, it's at the Memphis Pyramid.
Oh, dude, let's go! Shout out 3-6 Mafia.
Gold Dust versus Blue Dust.
That's the meaning.
Bob Holly versus Al Snow. Midian versus Big Boss Man. Jeff and Owen defend the tag titles against D'Lo and Mark Henry. Shamrock defends the IC title against Val Venus. Chyna and Kane versus Triple H and X-Pac. Mankind versus The Rock. That's the Mankind part I was thinking of. And a cage match between Austin and McMahon.
This show is either going to be like a 4 or a 7.
Yeah. Yeah. I'd say so. So yeah, that's going to be interesting.
The Paul White part is probably the most important part of that show.
Mm-hmm. All right, you got anything else?
I don't. Let's just take us away here. Check out other classic reviews. We have a ton of stuff.
All different kinds of companies.
We've hit. We're
ECW,
globe trotting. We're going all over the place, everywhere, any era.
We did Noah Destiny 2005. If you guys wanted to check that out, yeah.
So just enjoy wrestling.